Hello, Lost fans. This is Jo Garfein from Cancer Gets Lost, and I have the great pleasure of talking to your friend and mine, Emilie de Ravin. How are you, Emilie?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
So great. This
No,
is so
I'm
nice.
surviving through all this. But
We're all doing the
doing
best
our
we
best.
can. Yes, absolutely. I was going to say, this is a treat for the people who were attending Lost 2020. We're all supposed to be in Hawaii in 2 weeks to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the finale of Lost. And so this is a treat for them. We appreciate your time to join us today.
Of course. And hey, thank you more so for doing this. Very cool.
It is our genuine pleasure. Okay, so we have some questions that the fans submitted from Lost 2020. We're going to start with Tanya, who would like to know, what did you learn from playing Claire Littleton?
That's a very good question. I think that the two main things I learned from playing Claire that I really took into my life are patience and well, I guess there's three. Patience and acceptance of a situation that you have no control over, and resilience. All of which are very, very helpful qualities right now. I may not be executing all of them on point, but I'm trying, especially with the kids. Those are all like really, I mean, for everyone, but parents especially, I think, right now. So thank you, Claire, for teaching me those.
Absolutely. It's very timely right now.
Yeah, right.
Eric C. would like to know, have you gone back and watched Lost? And if so, what scenes tug at your heartstrings when you do?
Eric C. I have not gone back and watched through the entire series. I watched them as we were doing them. Part of the reason why is, and I guess it has been enough time, but just going back and watching something that you're super involved in, it's not a bad thing, but it's just different. You know, I like to be taken and exported to a different world where even if I know the actors a little bit or whatever, it's still a very exterior experience. So nonetheless, I should do so. But I have rewatched the pilot, which is my favorite episode of the entire series anyway. And kind of interesting. Like I got the same feeling as when we all, as a cast and producers and whatnot, went to JJ's house before it aired. We got to watch, and before it was like picked up or anything, we got to watch it at his house, and we were all just sitting there and getting them now, just got like these just goosebumps and shivers and like, whoa, this is very cool. We got to be part of this, and this is so different, so cool, so exciting, and we have no idea what is going to become of it, but just that very special feeling. And so I did get that again, which was fun.
That's lovely. I mean, the pilot stand the test of time. I recently rewatched it. It's 2020, 2004, the filming of it, the cinematic quality of it, it's still spectacular.
I know. I mean, I was thinking about when I watched it, because it was only about a year ago or something, what would be, because there would be differences, there'd be different CGI, there'd be, who knows what would be different. But I wonder if the quote unquote improved access to CGI and whatnot would have improved it or taken away, or who knows. It's kind of right. I like thinking about that kind of stuff when you're looking back at things that did use a certain amount of special effects. I mean, most of that was real, though, right? which was what was so great. I mean, there was a plane on fire, or not the whole thing, on the beach. Like, when does that even happen? But yeah, it was pretty cool. The guy going through the engine, that was or the propeller, that was not real.
Not real. Okay, good.
No actors were harmed. Well, not to that degree during the filming of Lost.
Fair, you are running on a hot beach with metal fire. Yes.
Just some sunburn and bug bites. That was it.
It was it. Okay, so Alicia G would like to know, why do you think Lost has stood the test of time? What about it has resonated with people time and time again?
I think the same thing as when it aired is my answer, which is just it involves such a massively diverse cast of ages, races, sexes, lifestyles. I mean, there is something that I feel like everyone, not just in America, but in the world, could associate with. there was a character that you could see some part of, oh, I get that person, you know, this is something that you could cling on to, which also, I guess, was a challenge of it being, well, you've got then so many people to follow. And I guess that's why a lot of the time shows don't have that many people, but they just really made it work. The relationships, that everything, even though it was this, you know, outer worldly, different, crazy situation of what was going on, it was also just so grounded in what life and humanity is about. So I think that's why, personally.
Absolutely. I think those themes still resonate. And along the same lines, so Lost has been off the air for 10 years now. What would you say is Lost's greatest legacy?
Just being lost. I don't know. I think just that it was a show that really, it broke all the walls down for what network TV should be, you know, network, and, you know, not always, but generally there's a pretty clear cut box that you stay inside of so that you get as many viewers as you can, basically, to dumbed down version of it, you know. And they just pushed every limit, and look what it did. And I think that's a really interesting thing to remember, is you can stay safe and be inside the box, and yes, you'll probably get the product that you know you're going to get your viewers, but is it going to be that exciting, or do you take that risk? And I mean, look what happened. It got, I don't know numbers of shows, I never really like looking into that. I mean, I know we did very, very well, but the amount of people that loved this show worldwide and watched it and got into it, you know, is amazing. So I think that's a big thing. And also, like, a show that you can talk about. It's not just a show you watch and you're like, oh, cool, that was fun. I've got my little tied up package episode that we know what happened and there's the happy ending. And no, it was like an end bit that you couldn't binge watch it when it was, because it was just on once a week. You know, the water cooler conversations that from that, man, this is so cool.
Absolutely.
I think people getting together and having parties, and, you know, then the next day talking about what they think, you know, and it's very cool.
It was appointment television, and now people are discovering it on the streaming channels, and you have all these new fans and new generations of fans. It's so lovely. You must hear from them every day.
I do, and I love hearing about, you know, the new generation of, like, sort of, especially sort of like the 12 to 15-year-olds who are like really getting into it. And I'm like, God, how do you not have a gazillion questions if you're sitting down and watching like a season all at once? I'd be like, oh, no time in between to think. Just kind of, it's cool in a different way, you know.
Yeah.
Which, and I guess, and I have not done that, like I said, but it's obviously standing that test too, you know.
Absolutely.
Withstanding that test of people enjoying it, you know, back to back.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what was your favorite on-set memory? You filmed all over Oahu. In all your years of Lost, do you have a favorite on-set memory or two just from filming that show?
I mean, it comes back to the pilot again, of just the moments of reality, which is kind of scary in a sense, but a few moments. So, well, this was the pilot too. I remember walking along with, I knew Ian Somerhalder prior to this, and anyway, we'd never worked together, but we're walking along. I had my big dirty pregnancy thing on, and just walking along to get to set, because, you know, you could take a van or you can just walk along the beautiful beach walk. So walking on, people at this point had apparently been alerted that there was a plane on fire on the beach, but, you know, maybe people didn't get their little note or something. So a lot of people driving by like, oh, what? I think they got quite a few calls, or the authorities did. But no, we were pretending to be this couple having this massive argument, which was quite funny. And he was pretending to be really upset with me, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. Some people driving by got a little bit of a kick out of that, I think, because right after we're like, oh, we're just kidding. But like all-time favorite, just general, and this is not just a one time, this happened quite a lot, was, you know, we had a lot of night shoots outside on the beach, and so many people, including like Terry and Josh and Naveen and Dom, all play guitar and so many people sing, and just sitting around with our bug spray covered hot selves in our chairs, just on the ground, just playing music and singing, and just being super thankful for the beauty that we were allowed to work in. Yeah.
That's lovely. What a lovely memory.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And just great people, like making friends with people you work with is a bonus. It's not what it's about. You know, it's not why you do the job. It's not, they don't try and put people together hoping that they become BFFs. But if you get that out of it, it's pretty cool. So super, super blessed to have made some great lifelong friends too.
For sure. Before we go, and thank you again for your time, are there any nonprofits or charities that are providing support right now for COVID-19 human and health services that you'd like to promote for everybody?
Yeah, thank you for asking. There's there's so many, which is amazing. Ones that I'm really drawn to right now is No Kid Hungry, so nokidhungry.org. They're amazing, the work they're doing, especially for kids right now who are missing out on their school meals. So that's super important. And then there's a bunch more human ones, but I want to focus too on, there's so many animal shelters that are just so overwhelmed. Not saying to run out and get a dog or a cat or a turtle or a rabbit or whatever it is if you cannot take care of it, but if you can, and if you can foster, you know, please, they're doing it distance style. You can do it safely, you know, just please adopt or foster if you can. I mean, there's so many. There's, you know, Animal League on the East Coast. There's Best Friends Animal Society and Los Angeles Animal Rescue here that I support a lot. But just, you know, just Google your local rescue centers and see if you can help out in any way. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for promoting this. We'll make sure to put links on all the socials for Lost 2020 to enhance this message for everybody.
That would be great.
Thank you. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of Kelly and Lost 2020 and all the Lost fans, thank you so much for sharing time with us today.
Oh, thank you. And happy Lost 2020. I hope everyone's staying safe, staying somewhat sane, and taking care of yourself, getting some sun, some exercise.
Yeah. Watching your cooking videos on Instagram. Watch Lost, watch you cook on Instagram.
I'm trying. It's like I cook 3 meals a day, but well, it's not true. Eric cooks dinner usually, but it's like the amount of time that I can actually tape it without a baby on my boob. Or but totally. I hope someone's getting something out of that.
You're a queen of multitasking, Emily.
Try.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.